Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go to Julia Grabowska.
It may seem too good to be true, but we are going to see some very mild temperatures today. You may not even need a jacket. That is until the showers roll in. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather forecast. Well, today we're going to see a high of 15 and a low of 5 coming into the evening. Isolated showers throughout the day. Starting off your weekend on Friday, a high of 12 degrees, cloudy periods with a low of 5. And Saturday, very similar to Friday, high of 10 degrees and a low of 4, cloudy periods as well. Wrapping up your weekend on Sunday, we're going to see a lovely spring high of 16 degrees and a low of 8 with showers during the day. And back to work on Monday, a high of 13 and a low of 2 with showers as well. So take advantage of the warm temperatures while they last. We may be dropping back down to the single digits next week. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Julia. Suspended Senator Patrick Brazeau is in more legal trouble. Brazeau is in police custody in Gatineau, Quebec. Reports say he faces a slew of charges after an incident at a residence in the city overnight. Brazeau is to be charged with possession of cocaine, assault, uttering threats, and breaking his parole conditions. The RCMP charged Brazeau in February with fraud and breach of trust related to Senate expense claims. He was also charged with assault and sexual assault following an incident at his home in February a year ago.
The Morgentaler Clinic in Fredericton will close after 20 years of providing abortions for women in New Brunswick. The clinic says women have been unable to pay for the procedure and its revenues have never met expenses. They also say it cannot continue to provide services that are not publicly funded. Patients will now have to travel to neighboring provinces for procedures. Dr. Henry Morgentaler launched a lawsuit in 2002 in a bid to force the provincial government to pay for the procedure. The case has been in limbo since Morgentaler died last May.
The Canada Revenue Agency now says its online services may be down until this weekend due to the Heartbleed bug. A temporary shutdown was announced yesterday, but few details were given. It's all because of the latest internet security threat known as the Heartbleed bug. The bug poses a security risk for personal and banking information entered on websites such as the CRA's. The deadline for filing personal taxes is April 30th, but the CRA says those who file after the deadline will be excused for paying interest or penalties.
The search for missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 is wrapping up day 33 with new optimism. New signals have been discovered early this morning, and the hope is they are from the plane's black boxes. This comes after 2 new signals were found in the same area yesterday. Search officials say these signals combined with the 2 received on Saturday may help to find the exact crash site. However, the clock is ticking as the signals are weakening.
And now with our sports news, we go to Jake Kordapak.
Thanks, Kyle. We'll start in Toronto, where the Toronto Raptors are 1 win away from their 2nd Atlantic Division title. Jonas Valanciunas put aside his off-court troubles last night, dropping a career-high 26 points and 12 rebounds in a 125-114 win against the 76ers. Kyle Lowry led the way with 29 points in his first game back after missing 3 with a bruised kneecap. The Raptors are heading to the postseason for the first time in 6 years, and a win on Friday against the Knicks would tie the franchise record for most wins in a season at 47. Brett Laurie has found his stride at the plate. The BC native knocked out a 2-run shot in the 7th to secure a 7-3 win for the Blue Jays last night at home against the Houston Astros. The home run brought in Deoner Navarro, who had stolen second base earlier in the inning, his first stolen base in 5 seasons. That's 1 more steal than catcher J.P. Arencibia had with the Jays all last season. The Jays will go for a sweep of the 3-game series tonight. R.A. Dickey takes the mound. On to the NHL, the Eastern Conference has been clinched. Columbus and Detroit each secured the last 2 playoff spots last night, officially eliminating the Devils and the Capitals. With Detroit's overtime loss, Montreal and Tampa clinched 2nd and 3rd in the Atlantic and will face each other in the first round. Meanwhile, in the West, Anaheim clinched the Pacific Division title with a 5-2 win against the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks will now face the Kings in the first round, with the Sharks holding home ice advantage. Across the pond, the quarterfinal matchups are in the books for the UEFA Champions League. Atletico Madrid defeated Barcelona 1-0 last night, and Bayern Munich came out ahead of powerhouse Manchester United 3-1 to reach the semis. Atletico and Bayern will meet Real Madrid and Chelsea in the semifinals later this month. The pairings will be determined by an open draw tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. And now for your look at the Masters. The first round is underway with the first twosome teeing off at 7:45 this morning. Bill Haas is leading the pack at 4 under through 15 holes. Canadian Mike Weir has finished his day at 1 over, while Saskatchewan native Graham Delat sits at 6 over through 7 holes. Defending champion Adam Scott sits 3 strokes back and is tied for 5th. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for your leaderboard update. And finally, here at Humber, students laced up their running shoes for a fun run today. Andrea Fernandez has the details.
The energy ran high this morning as the students of Humber kicked off their 9th annual 5K Fun Run event. There was dancing, stretching, and lots of warm weather to help students achieve their goals. All that was needed to participate? Non-perishable food items. Deborah Botch, a fitness instructor, says she hopes the event brings students together.
As well, but this particular event brings the whole campus together. So it doesn't, you could be in police services, you can be in justice, you can be a business student, but everybody wants to come out.
Students and sponsors came out extra early this morning to help set up for the event and get in any last-minute registrations.
At 11 a.m. registration opens up, and the keeners that want to be right at the start line will be down there with their bibs on.
Shannon Ho, a personal training student and a participant in the race, says she is using this challenge as a stepping stone to accomplish even bigger things.
It's going to be my preparation for my 10K run I have signed up in May. I'm adventurous that way, I guess.
The race began and ended in Humber's Arboretum, and students took off in their respective heats. At the end, students were treated to free drinks, food, and music.
The energy is high here at Humber College today as students gear up to kick off the annual Fun Run. And as for me, well, there's always next year. Andrea Fernandez, Humber News.
Thanks, Andrea. That's it for sports. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Lily Tran.
The Late Show gets a new host, Drake gets a new gig, and Ellen DeGeneres smooches a hunky guy. I'll have your entertainment update after the break.